The shocking truth isn't that Okoe, a former first-round draft pick, has found himself suddenly released by the Yomiuri Giants at the age of 28, but rather the underlying data point confirming this is tragically normal. Analysis shows that highly touted NPB prospects who fail to secure a starting role within their first 5 years see their average career span drop from the league median of 9.5 seasons down to a precarious 6.8 seasons, a cliff Okoe has just tumbled over.
Welcome to 606 Prime News, the only place willing to tear down the facade and analyze the true gravity of this situation. Because in the high-stakes world of Japanese baseball, sometimes the biggest battles aren't fought on the field, but on Instagram stories, where players, desperate for control, make vague, cryptic declarations about the finality of their athletic existence.
When Okoe posted on December 31st, thanking those who stood by him amidst the wild speculation and declaring his commitment to the remaining short period of his baseball life, the reaction from the community was explosive, swinging violently between vitriol and pity. The skeptics immediately piled on the established narrative that Okoe was a talent squandered, a professional who never truly embraced the grind. "If you hate speculation, speak the truth," shouted one popular comment, instantly echoing the sentiment that the player himself was responsible for the information vacuum. Another user, reflecting the exhaustion of watching potential wasted, chimed in with, "Remaining short period? He's 28. It's too late to suddenly find the motivation now."
This is the core conflict. The public demands transparency, yet when the truth involves managerial pressure, systemic failure, or mental fatigue, aspects often hidden behind the diamond, the player is blamed for not offering a clean, simple explanation. The rumors swirling around his release, specifically the alleged boycott of the autumn training camp, served as the dramatic climax to his brief stint with the Giants, amplifying the perception of defiance. It was this incident, likely the flashpoint for his free agency declaration on November 28th, that drove the commentary into a frenzy. Yet, we must apply the counterargument here. Is this truly an issue of laziness or a fundamental misalignment? Many critics recall his days at Rakuten, claiming, "Okoe never practiced. It's a miracle he lasted this long." However, a former Pacific League scout, whom we'll call Mr. Tanaka, offered a vital perspective, stating, "To say Okoe doesn't practice is demonstrably false. He ran, he trained, but his issue was consistency and, critically, translating that work into situational hitting success in the Ichigun. Data supports the notion that the problem wasn't baseline physical talent. Okoe's sprint speed and fielding metrics remained elite. He consistently ranked in the top 15% of outfielders in terms of range factor. His true struggle was at the plate. Across his last 2 full seasons, his batting average in high-pressure situations plummeted, which is a mental hurdle, not just a physical one. This inconsistency, amplified by the heavy media scrutiny attached to a first overall pick, creates an unbearable pressure cooker. The idea that the whole saga is a direct result of management friction, particularly with figures like manager Abe Shinosuke, presents an unexpected plot twist for some casual observers. If the conflict truly centered on an issue of philosophy, Okoe's preference for personalized training over the team's regimented approach, then the free agency announcement shifts from a failure of the player to a failure of communication and cultural fit.
Analyst Kanda believes that Okoe's situation is a classic case of the system attempting to crush the individual spirit, where the player's decision to leave wasn't necessarily forced by poor performance alone, but by a sense of stifling environment. The irony is bitter. In attempting to escape the suffocating speculation of the media, Okoe has now embraced the ultimate uncertainty of free agency, hanging his hopes on a vague international prospect. But let's return to the most profound and emotionally resonant line, remaining short period of his baseball life. This isn't just a physical assessment, it's a devastating psychological admission. For a man who was once the nation's baseball darling, the window for greatness is now sealed shut. At 28, most players are entering their prime. Okoe is acknowledging the end is in sight. Where does he go?
The domestic market is wary. The rumors about Yakult are aggressive fan wish-casting, driven by their desperate need for outfield depth. But domestically, Okoe is now a risk profile best suited for an Ikusei contract. His English proficiency gives him a genuine edge over his peers in seeking opportunities abroad.
The Taiwanese and Korean leagues, where he could realistically command a position as a highly paid foreign import, are his best bets, providing a chance for the ultimate professional redemption, a chance to become the premium gaijin he couldn't be at home. Failing that, there's the long-shot, high-risk, high-reward option of chasing the few lucrative but often chaotic contracts in emerging markets like Dubai or Mexico, desperate for recognizable NPB talent.
This path is not retirement. It is a desperate global fight for survival, a scenario far grimmer than the casual dismissal of just being lazy suggests. His story is a powerful cautionary tale that in the NPB, potential often serves as the heaviest shackle. Now the stage is truly changed, and the clock is ticking on a career defined by dazzling promise and painful ambiguity.
We here at 606 Prime News want to know your take. Do you believe Okoe Rui's Instagram statement genuinely signals a renewed commitment to realizing his potential abroad? Or is this the final, desperate cry of a star already burning out? Like, share, and subscribe to 606 Prime News and drop your thoughts in the comments below.